Hello everyone, Rissy Toothpick here, back again with some more of the first cases. And last time we learned that a few people are missing. I think we learned that Florette has gone. We don't really know what happened to her after she was blamed for the missing bracelet. And we also learned that the blackmail's note was handwritten and the quill might have been involved, but leaning towards not being involved. Let's talk to Angeline and learn a little bit more.
What can I help you with, detective?
Let me figure out if her love actually died or not.
As you would expect, she has been in quite a state. It was such a terrible accident. She kept it to herself for almost a week before she even told me.
Pardon, how could you not know? Surely his absence from the house was noticed.
Maman fired him after he returned to the house. She said he could not be trusted.
That's strange.
But Mademoiselle Elizabeth's position was kept?
I begged Maman for them both, but she said if he was willing to go behind her back, what else could he do?
Falling in love is a far cry from committing even the smallest crime, n'est-ce pas?
A cruel and unnecessary decision by Madame Van den Bosch. She had no right to fire him and tear him away from his betrothed. Yeah, let's keep on talking about that, situation.
She has been a kind shoulder to lean on through all this mess, but it is her I worry about. She has been through so much.
I was not aware of what had happened, and by mentioning, I fear I may have only made it worse by dredging up the past.
Do not punish yourself, detective. You are not to know. I don't think your honest mistake will make much difference to how she has been feeling recently.
It is easier said than done. I have already seen a difference in Elizabeth. She was once so exuberant and optimistic, seeing the positives in everything and everyone. But now I fear the loss of her love and the careless reminder from Moy may have dampened her outlook. I guess that's supposed to be me. Elizabeth showed me the letter you received. One of them was already been paid.
I was right to pay it, yes? You have read them. What do you think?
You were wise to consult me, but bowing to their threat may have only shown that you are willing to pay for their silence. Is the secret they speak of worth so much?
I wish I could, but I have no idea. The letter was addressed to me, but I have nothing to hide. Maman took one look at it and disregarded the whole thing as someone's idea of a joke.
She looked at it. She is not aware of the second letter.
She doesn't know I paid the first. I thought I could make it all go away.
Did you ask Madame if there was a family secret they could be privy to?
She said I was to ignore the letters and stop wasting my time with such foolishness. If there was something, she wouldn't tell me anyway.
It appears Mademoiselle believes her maman's attempts to brush away the serious nature of the letters as little as I do. I'm just gonna say moms, because like maman's, it's so weird. May I ask how you came into such a large amount of money to pay the ransom?
I couldn't ask Maman for the money. She was angry that I had even considered paying it. Gideon offered to help.
Maman. Yeah, that's what it is. It is maman. Maybe we could use it.
Pardon, did he not think you foolish for paying?
He did, but he said he couldn't stand by and watch me in so much distress.
How honorable.
We are soon to be married, detective. A loving partnership that faces their troubles together. They are his words.
I did not mean anything by it, mademoiselle. You have found yourself a husband that will stand by your side and do what must be done to protect you. I am most pleased for you. Merci, mademoiselle. I shall find you if there is anything further I need.
Alrighty. Okay, so we do have a link here. So let me see here. So it probably has to do with Gideon paid the first demand.
Is there something I am not...
This one's a little weird because I'm not really for sure. Maybe payment acknowledged, but Madam unaware?
Order and method. That is...
Nope. Staff concerned for Angeline. Maybe Gideon paid the first demand.
I cannot see the logic in this.
I'm just trying to figure out which
Perhaps
one could it be.
a second look...
Oh, of course, it's these two. Staff concerned for Angeline, Madam unaware payment.
What a revelation!
I mean, there was only so many decisions, so eventually we were going to choose that one. They will no doubt be concerned for not only Angeline, but also for the position at the house. What is the extent of their knowledge of the matter? Staff aware of blackmail. Anything else? Yep, there's one here as well. I mean, maybe these two go together?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Or it could be Cassandra angry at Elizabeth and Luck. Luck was fired.
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look...
Let me go with this one instead.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Man, I've been very unlucky here. Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense too. These two instead.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Oh, I am. I'm very surprised. It is truly terrible that Luck passed away, and to see how broke Elizabeth is. Elizabeth mourns for Luck. Maybe this one too.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a...
Losing a loved one and not having a close friend to talk to would be difficult for anyone. Yeah, that's kind of... You know, I have a weird feeling that Luck and Florette might be involved in something here. So talk to Gideon and talk to Zachariah. Oh, it doesn't tell us what room in particular. That's unfortunate.
Detective, it looks as though I might be out here all weekend. What can I do for you?
Monsieur Sterling said my room was on the first floor.
Is that what he said? I can barely understand most of what he says with that accent.
I can understand Sterling perfectly, but Monsieur Demire is one more thin road away from becoming unintelligible.
I find his accent rather pleasant, reassuring.
I guess. Not too helpful when it comes to finding your room, though. You'll probably be the lucky one that has that hideous plant outside the door.
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
Alrighty. So our room might be the one with the hideous plant. Let us talk to Gideon again.
Please, ask away, detective.
I assume you have heard about the consequences of my visit last time. Mademoiselle explained the payment of the blackmail letter.
I suppose you think I was unwise to pay it?
I am glad Mademoiselle requested my help before you fell further out of pocket.
Madame van den Bosch had no intentions of paying it. Whether she believes there is a secret that could ruin the family or not.
It was an honorable move for you to make the payment. It was certainly no small fee.
Angeline is to be my wife, and then we shall be family. As far as I am concerned, my money is our money.
And then I'm assuming you've heard about what happened the last time I visited them.
Angeline has spoken of it. You made quite the impression on her, detective.
I feel responsible for what came from that day. Florette's dismissal and Luke's.
It is not your fault. Madame van den Bosch does not like it when her rules or authority are undermined. I try to explain to Angeline the same, but her guilt has not left her.
Merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
Alright, so we're done with that. And there is a connection somewhere here. Gideon sees his money as the family's. Maybe that's the connection between his unsure of the Major's intentions.
Is there something I am not?
Oh. So Angeline guilty about dismissal. Angeline tried to contact. Maybe that has some connection.
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse. Magnifique.
There we go. Angeline is trying to do good even though the dismissals weren't entirely her fault. She's trying to redeem herself, and maybe that's what's connected to the contact Florette.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Mademoiselle Angeline says she never intended for Florette to be fired. I believe her. It is certainly not the happy news I was expecting. Elizabeth lost her beloved Luck, and young Florette and the maidservant has not been seen. Even with Mademoiselle Angeline's efforts, at least it appears the family have survived the financial difficulties. And we've actually completed this. Good to know. Now the only thing we need to do is just inspect the eastern room. Plants lean and rely on each other to survive, something we as a species could take a lesson from. Alright, that was a little weird. So I think we're on the east side, so we should be somewhere over here. Zachariah Demir, I presume, and his rather expensive luggage. His room faces the back garden. And of course, we have some new things to learn here.
Oh.
This plant is striking and full of color. It really draws one's attention in a positive way. The time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece, it is an art form. We've already saw one before. And it looks like there is nothing else for us to learn about this room. So let's just, I guess, move on. This is very strange. Is there another room there that I like missed in a weird way? No, that's the room. Maybe we are on the first floor. Let me see, because there's a room over here we haven't been to. No? Inspect the east rooms. I don't know how I'm missing, but there's like some rooms that we're missing, apparently. They have to be up here though, because this is the floor. The only thing I can think of is maybe there's a room somewhere right here that I don't see. Or maybe on this side? Oh, yep, of course, this one. I'm just glad that we were able to find it. More luggage for Mr. E. Da Silva, left unattended and right between the two front-facing rooms. Oh, the game was having some lag issues there.
Oh.
I would not consider any form of nature ugly, but I'm not sure how I feel about this plant. Come, my little gray cells, let us solve this mystery. Well, there's really nothing for us to solve here. At least not yet. Another plant here. This plant is striking and full of color. It really draws one's attention in a positive way. So it is strange that all the plants in the house tend to be okay except this one bad plant. The bedroom next to Monsieur da Silva. This must be my room. Finally, I have found my chamber. Although the journey was longer than expected, the destination is really quite charming. I should make myself familiar and comfortable in my new surroundings. I wonder if I will get a chance to catch up my reading whilst I stay here. The snow has limited the view from the window, but it certainly has a beauty of its own. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze into the flames for hours. Even for a detective like myself, finding this room was quite an arduous task. The house may hold more secrets than expected. And we completed this one. Perfect. And Elizabeth has made her way into our room.
Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I shall not take up too much more of your precious time.
Not at all, Detective. I had best not be away for too long. Madame would not be pleased when there is so much work to do.
Well, mademoiselle, if anyone was to ask, I required your urgent attention with a delicate matter. That should be enough to give you a moment's peace.
Thank you, Detective.
Can I assume you're aware of the probable blackmail ring in the area?
I have heard whispers, but this town is full of busybodies. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air from socialites trying to outdo one another.
I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter.
I'm not, but it can be hard to ignore. I try to quash any talk of it in the house, but it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up the most scandalous rumour.
You are a loyal maid and friend. Mademoiselle Angeline is fortunate to have you.
It baffles me why they would target her in the first place. She has such a kind and pure soul. That may not be what you remember of Mademoiselle, but she has grown into a kind-hearted young lady.
I was wary of that when I arrived, but I myself can see a change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter.
Letters, Detective. I brought you the other.
You do not know me, but I know you and your family very well. For years you have stood high on your pedestal, attending parties and living the lifestyle of the upper class, a life that you were born into, all the while hiding a sordid secret that would tarnish the Van den Bosch name forever. Once a respected family with morals and nobility, but now you rely on riches and jewelry to show your worth, a worth that is not deserved, even residing in a home that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a small brown paper parcel filled with 5,000 francs, addressed to Monsieur Dupont, the Barbier and Sons cobblers before sundown on Friday. If you do as I request, this will be the last time you hear from me. You'll be able to return to your life of stolen wealth and excess. If you refuse, be sure to name Van den Bosch will be on the whisper of lips for years to come.
I have tried to tell her not to think any more on them, but she fears that even a fabricated story could ruin the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement.
I have met Monsieur Demire, and I cannot see his love for Angeline diminishing at something so trivial. Merci for bringing this letter to me.
Mademoiselle Angeline worries so much about the family name, but for Mademoiselle Elizabeth's telling, she has nothing to worry about, at least from her own perspective. Perhaps the secret does not directly concern Angeline at all, and she is merely the easy target.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Pleasure is mine, detective.
Alrighty. Of course, there's another connection here. Okay, so blackmail wishes family to leave the manor. Payment demanded. Blackmail wishes family to suffer. I'm assuming these two go together.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Nope. Blackmail wishes family to leave the manor. Letter possibly written in the house.
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
I'm trying to think here. Payment demanded. Madam unaware of payments. We know these two don't go together.
Order and method. That it
Should tell me now. So, oh, it's these two. Staff aware of blackmail and household's many secrets.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
So this one must have been here for a while. I thought we just showed. The staff members that are aware of the blackmail could possibly know the reason why. It appears the Van den Bosch secret may not be a secret at all. The house staff may know what the blackmailer is holding over the family. Interesting. New conversation unlocked. So the why. Blackmail wishes family to suffer. Motive. Blackmailer wishes family to leave the manor. Let's talk to Elizabeth again.
Of course, detective. What is it?
Do you know where Mademoiselle Angeline is now?
She will no doubt be with Master Gideon. The party was just beginning when I came upstairs.
That is my cue to make a grand entrance. Am I presentable enough for the creme of society?
Quite handsome, detective.
Merci. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs.
Of course, I always get the damn text message.
I will use Madame's sharpest poker.
Oh, something's happening.
It sounds as though someone else may have already been poked.
Chapter 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would be so kind to return to the party.
That was strange.
With all this excitement out here,
I believe that is an end to the excitement, as you put it, Monsieur Demire.
It is hardly the job of a detective to resolve domestic arguments, but under the circumstances, perhaps there is more to it. I shall speak with the major outside.
Ah, thank God. One last match.
Bonjour, Monsieur Hagen.
I wondered when you would be arriving. At least now you can do your job.
Pardon, Monsieur.
I have just been assaulted. I want him arrested.
I'm afraid it is not as simple as that. I merely witnessed you standing up from the ground.
Would you like to explain what happened?
This is ridiculous. You know very well what he did.
Perhaps you could elaborate on what instigated the altercation.
I should have known you wouldn't make things easy.
It is clear that the Major is still outraged by what has just happened, but I must learn what caused such escalation in physical violence, push on whether the Major instigated the altercation.
I have met Monsieur Demire. He does not seem one to physically assault someone unless provoked.
I hope you're not implying that I started it.
I am only stating what I have seen.
I was having a private conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and struck me. That is all there is to know.
If the Major is still the same man that I met all those years ago, I'm sure he will remain defensive and the blame for the altercation fall solely on Monsieur Demire. Perhaps the best approach would be to act as though I am on the Major's side and coax out the truth. Let's try to work our way around here.
I would not act any other way. Well, unless I am provoked.
You have grown rather close with the Vanden Bosch family, it seems.
What has my relationship with the family got to do with anything? Why are you even here, officer?
Detective. And I was invited by Mademoiselle Angeline personally.
Seems to be mistake after mistake with that girl.
Do you think she made a mistake in agreeing to marry Monsieur Demire?
Of course I do. What a stupid question. He is scum. Him and his whole family.
So the Major does not like him at all.
If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house.
Antagonizing, mocking. Do you think Monsieur Demire's actions were appropriate? Ooh, I don't know this one.
Are you dumb as well? Why would I be happy about being punched in such an underhanded way?
I knew it.
My apologies, monsieur. Perhaps I had not worded my question appropriately. Do you feel that Monsieur Demire had reason enough in his eyes to act as he did?
To act as he did? He assaulted me! What planet are you living on? Useless, once again. I don't know why I should be surprised. Feel free to return to the party. Leave me to my cigar.
I'm afraid my feelings toward the Major may have got the better of me with such hostile questioning. Nah, we almost had
I
him.
have met Monsieur Demire.
Oh, we get to do this over
He
again.
does not see.
I hope you're not implying.
I'm just gonna fast forward through
I
these
am
because
only
we've heard them.
stating.
I was having a private conversation. I would not.
You have.
What is my?
Let me just get through these.
Of course I do. If I...
Alright, and then let's do the antagonizing.
Officer Poirot, are you going to do something about him or not?
It is Detective Poirot. And if you refuse to answer my questions, I do not see how I can continue.
I just don't know what she sees in him. Angeline could do so much better. I don't think she realizes what she is getting herself into. I can't imagine her living a happy life with that rogue.
So the Major might know more about this guy than everyone's, showing.
I see. Merci, monsieur, for your honest opinion, whether I agree or not. I shall leave you to your cigar and return to the party.
It is not often such a violent altercation happens at a celebration such as this. I should investigate why it began. Okay, so we have a new thing. This party is already filled with more drama than most and has already barely begun. I was requested here to find the blackmailer. Perhaps the altercation is connected somehow. Okay, let's look here. Is there anything else? Not really. Let me try to remove these question marks here. He paid the first demand. And this guy's just here. Visibly intoxicated. Alright, but we're going to stop there today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. In the next one, we'll go investigating a little bit more around this area and see what really happened.